Carrie from Adventures in Fifth and Life, and I wanted just to do a tutorial today on how I take a PowerPoint file and I turn it into a Google Slides file for my students to be able to interact with. So you can see right here is a book club digital notebook that I put together. To put this together, I just used shapes, my favorite fonts. These ones are from Haley Harwick at Hello Mrs. Harwick. And then I added in these tabs because I'm going to make this a digital notebook. And to add in these tabs, all I did was go to shapes and I chose this tab shape here. And when you put it in, it's oriented like that. And all I did was just kind of turn it. And I also formatted it so that it had a little bit of a 3D effect, and I did that by just going to 3D format and adding in a bevel. And you can see it immediately kind of gave it that 3D effect. And then I just changed it to rainbow colors because who doesn't love rainbow colors? As you can see, I have all of these on here. And the format that I used, or the size that I used for this particular one, is the on-screen show 4x3. And that's just because I wanted it to be large enough for my students. After you've created all of the different slides, you're going to want to make sure you save them as JPEGs. Those are just picture slides, picture files. To do this, you're going to go to File, Export. I'm going to click my desktop just so I know where they are. And you want to change the format to JPEG. Now you're going to see it's going to automate to save current slide only. I want to save every slide. And if you wanted to, you could change the pixels here. I believe it goes all the way up to 3000. And you're going to see it modifies the height to fit. And it's going to tell me that this is the biggest that it can be. Okay? So then I could try 3000 over here. Oh, there we go. So we'll see what that does. And then I'm just going ahead and export it, and it's going to export every slide. You're going to see it's going to take a minute. It says it's going to save each of those. And then it tells you that each slide in your presentation has been saved as a separate file. The next thing that I do is I head over to my Google Drive, and I'm going to click New and Slideshow. Now, if your slides are not set up for the 4x3 ratio, mine are not automatically. To change that, you just go to File, Page Setup, and you're going to change it to standard, unless you designed your slides in the 16:9 or 16:10. You're going to see it shrinks it up. Now, some people will just click background and choose each image, but there is an add-on that will do this for you. So you're going to go to add-ons, and if you don't already have Slides Toolbox downloaded, to get that add-on, you're just going to click right here where it says Get Add-ons, and you're going to type in Slides Toolbox, and you're going to install this. I already have it installed. This takes a minute to install. So I'm going to show you what I do. Add-ons, Slide Toolbox, open. You're going to see that it's going to pop up over here and it has all these tools. I'm going to use import, and I'm going to choose to create my slides from images, those JPEGs that I had just downloaded. And it's going to say, well, how many images would you like to place on a slide? I want a single image, and I want to set it as my background. And I'm doing this so my students cannot mess with it. I click Next. Now these are not already in my Drive, so I'm going to click Upload and select my files. So these got saved right here, the book club digital notebooks. I'm just going to select all of them and click Upload. Now I'm wondering if, because I messed with the pixels, if it's going to shrink them, but we'll see what it looks like. It's going to take just a minute for those to upload. You're going to see that they're going little by little there. And then the Slides Toolbox is doing its thing. So the first thing that it does is it uploads them into your slides or into your drive, and then it's going to add them into your slideshow. And in a minute or two, it will show up over here on this side. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and delete this first slide. So you can see here it is, nothing is clickable, right? My students can't mess with the background and all of my slides are there. The next thing I wanted to do was get in links so that these become clickable tabs. To do that, all I did was take a shape and I put it right around this first one. Notice it's going to fill it in. I'm going to change that to custom and I'm going to turn the transparency all the way down. And now I can't see it. And I'm going to change the border to transparent as well. So you can see it doesn't look like anything's there. I'm going to hit Command C and Command V, and I'm just going to add these little boxes to each of my tabs. And I'm only going to have to do this once. So I just want to show you how to set these up. Oops. Where'd that want to go? There it is. So again, I'm just pasting over and over the same size shape since I know it fits. Over and over again. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add links. So I know my themes is slides 2 and 3. So to add a link, you just click the box again and you're going to click the little link button. And I'm just going to choose slide 2 and click apply. And you can go through and do it for all of those. So for character jots, it is slide 4. So I would go there. I'm just going to scroll down a little bit. For seed idea, it's slide 6. You get the idea, right? You're just linking each of them. After you've gone through and linked everything on this first slide, you're going to want to grab all of those link boxes, I guess, that you created, and you're going to group them. You're going to group them by 2-finger clicking or right-clicking and hit group. And now they're all one thing. And I do this so I can copy and paste it onto each page. So I just hit Command C, and then I go over here, Command V, and you're going to see it's going to paste it right on top. I might have to move it over a little bit depending on your formatting. And I would just go through and do that for each of them. Now, to add my text boxes, all you're going to do is choose text box, and you're going to drag it to however large you want it to be. I like to use Century Gothic 16 to 18, depending on how big or small your page is. And then you're going to add your backgrounds color. Now, I love these colors, right? But Google doesn't always have the colors I want. So I have this little guy downloaded. It's an extension, and it's called the Eyedropper tool. And you can find it in the Google Web Store. It's free. And I'm going to just pick my color. This is a totally extra step. You do not have to do that. But it does give you the code. So if you're working off of a palette of colors that you like, you might want to do that. And then you're going to click custom and just put the code in. And you can see here's that nice bright pink. But I want to make it a little bit lighter. So I'm going to just pull that transparency down. And there you go. So now your students are able to type in these boxes, but they can't mess with anything else on the page. And then what you would do to share this with your students is in Google Classroom. If you're using Google Classroom, let me just head into my Summer Success one. You're going to just create an assignment, and you would just add that slideshow in there, making sure that you change it to Students Can View File to make a copy for each student, and then they will be able to access this digital notebook for your unit. Really great for using during distance learning. I normally have this printed for them in 8x8 books, but because of the very real possibility that we will be starting out in the distance realm, I wanted to digitize it. I hope that helps you learn how to go from PowerPoint to Google Slides. Remember that the add-on that I used was Slides Toolbox. Hope that helps. And let me know if you have any questions.